Hey guys, it's Damien.
And I'm Kenady.
And thank you so much for joining us. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe. But today, we're going to be ending our series for the love of money, and we're going to talk about the art of contentment.
Today's video is based off 1 Timothy chapter 6, verses 6 through 10. And it reads, "Yet true godliness with contentment is itself great wealth. After all, we brought nothing with us when we came into the world, and we can't take anything with us when we leave it. So if we have enough food and clothing, let us be content. But people who long to be rich fall into temptation and are trapped by many foolish and harmful desires that plunge them into ruin and destruction. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. And some people, craving money, have wandered from the faith, the true faith, and pierced themselves with many sorrows." And that's the New Living Translation.
So there's three terms that we want to go over from that scripture before we jump into the video. Number one is contentment. Contentment means a state of happiness or satisfaction. It is an emotional or mental state, a ease of mind, if you will. The second word is godliness. Now, godliness in this particular scripture means a reverence or a commitment towards God. It's when I'm devoted to Him. So the last one is a love of money. And the love of money is covetousness, it's greed, it's the wrongful desires for wealth. So we try to get stuff or things any type of way, even using unethical means. If you look at the world, if you look at the state of the world and all the evil in the world, it is based off of power and money. That unhealthy desire for wealth can lead to sin.
So we have 4 questions that we want to ask to see if we are content instead of having an unhealthy desire for wealth. And so the first question we can ask ourselves is, am I a slave to money? Are you a slave to money? Now, it's not a bad thing to be wealthy. It's okay to have money. But what it's not okay is if the money has you. See, when we have a reverence for God, God is our master. He is our God. But sometimes, without us even wanting to admit it, money can be our little g God. The Bible is clear when it says you cannot serve God and mammon or money at the same time. You have to choose one or the other. So if God is really our God and He tells us to give this amount of money or sell that or give that away or leave that good paying job and go here, are we able to do that? We see many instances in the Bible where Jesus asked, for example, Matthew, the tax collector, to leave his well-paying job and come follow me. And he did. On the other hand, we see where Jesus encounters the young rich ruler and he says, "Sell all your possessions and then come follow me." And he couldn't do it. And so we see there where one was a slave to money. And so again, am I a slave to money?
Number two is your identity attached to money? Is your identity attached to money? Another question is, am I trying to climb this level or status with the people in my community? So many times we hear people are trying to be like the Joneses. And who are the Joneses? I don't even know the Joneses at all. But are you trying to impress people? And that's with the car you have. That's with the house you want to buy. The shoes, the purse, even the career, right? We try to level up in our career to try to impress people. And this is a wrong heart posture to have in our lives. Now, on the other hand, you can covet things that people have. And it's not wise to covet what others have, because we can start growing jealous for those same things. And so a suggestion we have for you is start implementing prayer before purchases. There's a small prayer and say, God, is this particular purchase for impressing people? And the thing is, we need to, and this is for us too, we need to involve God more in our purchases.
So the third question is, do you have an unhealthy appetite or craving for money and things? Are you driven by money? Are you always wanting more and more stuff? When you have this latest car, and 2 years later, are you wanting the new latest car? Are you working overtime, like 80 hours a week, just so you can live a certain lifestyle, a certain amount of luxury, as opposed to spending time with family or serving in your community? There's a song that says, I see it, I want it, I like it, I got it. Or something like that. But it's a desire to get whatever your flesh wants, and you have to have it, and no one can tell you no. I'm going to get it if I want it. And that is an unhealthy craving for things. And a way to combat this is delayed gratification, where you, for instance, could save money for a certain purchase that you're wanting, as opposed to swiping your credit card right then and there. That can show you the value of something, and to see whether you're really wanting to spend X amount of money on this thing, as opposed to getting it now, worry about it later. Also, by not getting it right then and there, it gives you time to decide whether you really need it or even want it. So after a while, that burning desire to have it tends to fade away, and you realize, I don't really need that. I don't need those black pair of shoes. I already have 5 black pairs of shoes, which I'm guilty of. So again, watching our cravings for things and not always giving into our flesh, because that can consume us, and that will be an enemy of contentment.
And number 4, do we feel that money is the answer to all of our problems? Very simply, have we placed more faith in money than God? And so we know that money can never settle the peace in your heart. Money can never settle the peace in your heart. There are very wealthy people and rich people in the world, and they're still miserable. We see that even in some cases, they commit suicide because the peace is never settled in their heart, and the money did not settle that peace. But we know that God is that peace. God is that security that all of us need in our lives. He's bigger than our careers. He's bigger than the money in our 401ks. He's bigger than the shoes on our feet. He is that peace, and he wants that opportunity to be that peace for you today. I love what Hebrews 13:5 says, and this is the amplified version, and I want y'all to listen to this. It says, let your character, your moral essence, your inner nature be free from the love of money. Shun greed. Be financially ethical, being content with what you have. For he has said, I will never, under any circumstances, desert you, nor give you up, nor leave you without support, nor will I in any degree leave you helpless, nor will I forsake or let you down or relax my hold on you. Assuredly not.
Woo! That's amplified for real.
God will never leave us or forsake us. He is that peace. And again, he wants to be that peace for you today.
That's so good. Well, this wraps up our video on For the Love of Money and our series on For the Love of Money. Again, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you haven't already, please follow us on Instagram at Damien and Kenady. That's Damien and Kenady, spelled out.
My name is Damien Nash.
And I'm Kenady Nash.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye.